Up the Pies!
If a club came with an excellent deal for Jordan De Goey, I'm not sure whether the player would consider that. I think the Pies would consider that. I'm
Collingwood
convinced.
Football Club would trade Jordan De Goey. I mean, that sounds unthinkable.
No,
18 months ago.
Yeah,
could.
Yeah,
could. Not would.
Yeah,
potentially.
With an excellent deal,
Yeah.
I think the Pies would consider it.
What's an excellent
Speaking
deal?
to rival clubs,
early first round, or is it more? I mean, how old's Jordan?
He's 30. Yeah, I think they'd want a top 10 pick at least for Jordan De Goey.
And who needs that sort of forward? Who needs a forward?
Well, a club like St Kilda, a club like Adelaide. Yeah, I think that would be.
But I'm not sure St Kilda would do that.
They don't have
where they're at. I think he's a bit too old to do that. But Adelaide,
they tried a couple of years ago. St Kilda.
Yep.
Adelaide. Anyway, I'm just watching this. It's nothing more than that. Don't think like I'm saying he's going to go or he wants out or the Pies are trying to trade him. I'm just watching him because there's enough noise around it now to suggest that the Pies, well, more so rival clubs, would make a move if they believe they can get him.
Probably should have started this video with a trigger warning. Tom Morris in the first minute just discussing the possibility of Jordan De Goey being traded by Collingwood if their heads were turned, if they got a sweet, sweet deal for Jordan De Goey. A sweet, sweet deal will not happen. And if it does happen, whoever offers us a first-round pick, let alone a top 10 pick for Jordan De Goey right now, is nuts. And whoever orchestrates that deal, heads will roll. I just don't see it happening. No one's going to offer a top 10 pick or a first-round pick for Jordan De Goey that offers 2 good years at best. And it's not being generous, but I'm not trying to shit talk Jordan De Goey, but last 2 seasons being banged up and bruised, soft tissue injuries and whatnot, not just Achilles, but hamstrings, groins, back, hip, anthrax, COVID, swine flu, everything in between. He has mellowed out, Jordan De Goey. I'll say that. Jordan De Goey now compared to Jordan De Goey in 2022, a lot more mature, professional, disciplined as well. Yes, he's disciplined. I will say that. Professional, mellowed out. He's got a kid coming in the off season or early start of 2026. He's going to be a father next year. So time flies for Jordan De Goey. And yeah, it's a lot different Jordan De Goey now. But in saying all that, I think he's pretty much settled at Collingwood. He's going to get to 200 games, hopefully in the next 2 seasons. Hopefully his body's right, whether he's at Collingwood or not, but hopefully Jordan De Goey plays out his career at Collingwood. Yes, 2 years to go. Yes, he's a premiership player. Yes, we haven't gotten the best out of Jordan De Goey in the last 2 seasons, but end of season form showed that he's still capable of being a dominant player. I don't think he's going to get back to that A grade sort of level, 2018 sort of thing, or 2023, even chunks of 2021 as well, where he broke through in the midfield that year. But Jordan De Goey, I think, will remain at Collingwood. Whoever offers up a first-round pick, let alone a top 10 pick for Jordan De Goey, is nuts. If it somehow happens, if I was a list manager, I'd take it and run. And I'm not saying that just to piss off Jordan De Goey or anything like that. It's just what a stupid offer that would be for any club willing to offer up that much for Jordan De Goey. I've heard rumours and speculations that St Kilda's rabbit out the hat deal in the next 48 hours could be Rowan Marshall to Geelong for a first rounder or a future first, and then trading that to Collingwood for Jordan De Goey. If that's a rabbit out of the hat, that's not a rabbit out of the hat. That is stupid. You stupid idiots. Pedos. Saint idiots. That's not going to happen. Unbelievable, this sort of news. I can't believe I've wasted a few minutes just talking about this, but I don't think Jordan De Goey's going anywhere. De Goey going anywhere? Yeah, Jordan De Goey won't be going anywhere. I am recording this after 5 o'clock. So, as usual, don't be surprised if some major news or updates come through for Jordan De Goey or someone linked to Collingwood. But that's just my 2 cents worth on Jordan De Goey. I don't think he's going anywhere. And if any team offers that sort of deal, Dan Hanbury, just a good example of what not to do for someone in their late 20s going to their 30s, banged up and bruised. Don't do it. It's nice to talk about a Collingwood player for once in this trade period, but that's just speculation. Few player updates linked to Collingwood. First off, James Rowbottom. Bit of an update here from Cal Toomey. He spoke to Rowbottom's player agent, Matt Bain, advising that James Rowbottom is going nowhere, staying at Sydney. He's passed this on to clubs today, but he appreciates the interest from clubs, but he's staying put. I'll take it at face value that James Rowbottom will not be going anywhere unless the club just pisses him off and tells him, no, you're going. Nothing personal, just business. That's where Sydney's at right now. They've got to make a move with Charlie Curnow. and it's going to likely involve players, Rowbottom, Ollie Florent, Haywood, possibly Pat. I don't think it'll be Papley, but you get the gist of that sort of deal. It's going to be a sacrifice to get that sort of deal done. If it gets to that point, Sydney's got to get a move on to get Jai Sarong in. And they've also got to get a move on for Jack Buller as well. Bit of an update on Jack Buller in the past hour from Riley Beveridge at Gettable. He's advising that Sydney has offered a 2-year deal to Jack Buller. Collingwood's offered a 2-year deal for Jack Buller, and Jack Buller is set on heading to Collingwood. I'm not too sure if Jack Buller's head's going to be swayed back to Sydney at this point, but 48 hours' time, we've got to offer a trade deal or an offer for Jack Buller, and it looks like nothing's happened from Justin Leppage to get Jack Buller in just yet. I would have thought get this deal done straight away. They are also reporting that a future third tied to Melbourne will get the deal done for Jack Buller, maybe a little bit extra as well, but it is what it is. Nothing really moving on the Jack Buller front. And because we're heading into Tuesday, day 9 tomorrow, technically day 9, technically day 8 right now, don't be surprised if we get no moves done on Tuesday to build it up to a massive Wednesday. So that's a massive watch this space for Jack Buller and for any trade moves in general for tomorrow and Wednesday as well. But that's where we're at. North Melbourne could be swayed with a good first rounder only for Jai Simpkin. I just think it's stupid to be offering that sort of deal for Jai Simpkin in the first place, because not because of his stats or his career or anything like that, but more so he's your captain. Just nip this in the bud. He's off limits. Nada. What? Done. No deal. No bueno. No dice. No nothing. Just don't do it. I don't think Collingwood's going to fork up anything major for Jai Simpkin at this point. I don't even think it's going to be done at all. And I hope it's not done at all. I think we just stick fat, hold the fort, go into next year, try and get Jack Buller in, and then just stick with what we know with our midfielders. Try and have Ed Allen break through in the midfield. Try and have Di Mattia debut next year. A few other midfielders to come through. Perryman, McCreary, hopefully Crisp in there as well. I'm saying all this. I don't want to see Pendlebury inside bottom dominate in the midfield again. How about Nick Dacos? Bring in Josh Dacos in the midfield as well. Yeah, we've got some midfield depth, but we need to rotate these midfielders through, play the youngsters as well. If you're judging Collingwood on trade moves this season for the trade period, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to have a bad time. But I did say in a video a few weeks ago before the trade period, Collingwood could be the quietest team in this year's trade period, and it's looking like that's the case. Brody Mycheck out for a future third, and that's it. We haven't done anything else of significance. We've kept Jamie Elliott. We've opted not to get Tom McGuan, but if we don't get a midfielder in, it could bite us in the arse in the long term. If we don't get Tom McGuan, he develops well on an AFL list elsewhere, and we don't get that midfield up this year. And it gets even worse if we don't get Zach Butters next year. But everything's a watch this space. There's been talk about Jack Steele possibly being swayed and Collingwood could be in the mix. Just to put this into perspective for Jack Steele, he's going to be 30 to start 2026. Tom Mitchell was 29 going on 30 to start 2023. So Jack Steele technically would be 6 months older compared to when we got Tom Mitchell. So yeah, I don't think Jack Steele's the answer. He would be a stopgap midfielder, 1, 2 years, possibly 3 years. And that's about it, I reckon, for Jack Steele. I just think he'll remain at St Kilda as midfield depth, and St Kilda's going to make a charge for next year. I don't see us making a charge next year, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're holding our eggs into the Zach Butters basket, Ben King basket, and I'd like to see us keep our 2026 first rounder as well. So I wouldn't be too upset if we kept our 2026 first rounder while also chasing after Butters and King in free agency, or a bit of a risk here, we trade our 2026 first rounder into this year's draft and find a wild card midfielder in this year's draft. That's all I watch this space. It's just speculation, and that's where we're at after day 8 or 6 working days of the trade period. 2 days to go. Tomorrow, I'll upload a video around about 6:30 p.m.-ish, give or take a few minutes, recorded after 5 p.m. And then Wednesday, the final day, I will have a brief video up, hopefully at about 8:30 p.m. or 9 p.m. And then Thursday, I'll do a full recap of our trade period. And then after that, just off-season talk and whatnot. But it's all to watch this space. Thank you guys for watching. I'll leave you guys all to it. Please be well, please be safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Up the pies. Up the pies!